Alright, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for taking the time to come and see me today as I get into Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. I know it's season 2, I think this is episode 6. Y'all, this episode, in the beginning, was like, okay, cool. I ain't gonna even lie, it took me to a place of like confusion in some areas, but towards the end, I was emotional. Like, I mean, with Mary admittance, as well as with Jenny's vulnerability and admittance, it was a lot. So let us go ahead and hop on to this episode. But before I get started, please like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and share this with your peeps, okay? Let them get a taste of what y'all getting to. Take my glasses off. And just to let y'all know, I have my notes on my handy dandy phone. Um, Today, I'm just not think this week is probably going to be the week that I kind of settle in a little bit more, but at the same time, it sucks because next week I have to leave to go to Virginia for work for a week. So it's like as soon as you sit down, I gotta keep moving. So we're gonna just get on in. All right, y'all. So Wendy and Lisa, they started off. They meeting up, doing the acrobatic stuff through fabric, like they on the fabric thing. That was nice. It was real cute. They get along well. I don't know what it is about Lisa, but I want to say that, oh, Lisa is faking with like this voice and this laughter, but then I think back to last season, Lisa just has this monotone type of voice, and her vernacular is what it is, and she just speaks like this all the time, and I just don't quite know why. Like, it was like, yeah, it's cringing to my ears, but that's okay. That's okay. They was having a good time, and I enjoyed them together. They were cool. But let's go ahead. So we see Mary at home. I have wrote down here. Mary is home with Robert Senior and mentions how she loved being. There we go. Robert Senior is cooking in the kitchen, and Mary is kind of like, it's almost like a micromanaging type of thing here. It's interesting. A lot of men, not all, a lot of men are messy when they cook, but not all. A vast majority of women are more clean and organized and structured when they cook, not all. Just so happen Mary is more of a clean, organized person. Robert Senior is just more of a kind of messy type. As we saw, she's like, I know you're not finna put that cooked chicken on the same plate that you had the raw chicken on, like different plates. You know what I'm saying? You can see that they don't really mix well. And it was interesting how Mary mentions, whenever he was away in Florida, he was gone for a year. Y'all, I can guarantee you it ain't no way that man was gone for a year in Florida just because of the pandemic. I forgot the month that she said he left. It was either January to January, it would have been December to December, or March to March, whatever, however which way it went. I can guarantee you there's no way he was gone for a year because he couldn't get back home. That's a nice excuse. But he was not gone for a year because he couldn't get back home. They don't get along well. They don't mix, they don't match. They're not a good fit as a couple. And never were, more than likely. Um, I can appreciate Mary being more open and honest. I'm pretty sure she is trying to choose her words wisely because she is the pastor of a church. Um, but I already know. You can see it. That woman is not happy with that man, and more than likely he's not even happy with her. Probably at some point he was, but she was never happy with him. I think that was last season where she said it took them 2 years before they had sex in their marriage because it creeped her out. Because he was married to her grandmother. Like, it makes sense. But anyway, she basically was saying how she appreciated the space. It was really nice not to have him there. But when he came home, at first it was like, yay. But now that he's settled and is comfortable, it's like, you need to go again. And she said she literally is planning places in her mind for him to go. That says a lot right there when you want your spouse to leave that much. There's obviously no connection there. To them, I don't even know if there was ever a connection for them because of the situation and how they got married. But when your spouse is petitioning, urging, encouraging, and actually initiating movements for you to separate yourself from them, there's nothing there. And quite frankly, you have to ask yourself, how long has there been nothing there? And who are you living for, and who were you living for then? It was interesting, I know I'm skipping ahead on this part. Mary mentioned how she just wants a man who's exciting, who's like thrilling, who like kind of talks to her and who apologizes and that, you know, wakes up and it's like this thrill. And then she was like, and then there's Robert Sr. She has nothing in that man that's desirable. She can't find a thing. That says a lot. That's the part that it almost made me cry. But we'll get to that stuff. Lisa, Meredith, and Jenny, they went to go get their feet done. It was a fish massage. I've always wanted to try that. I want to do the one where you put your feet in and the fish do their thing. That would be interesting. Lisa lets us know that she when she had her son, she hasn't worked out in 9 years, but when she had her son, how she used to basically feel a level of jealousy and envy towards her husband because he would pick up and go to the gym, and she recognized that she was upset with him because he was giving himself something that she was no longer giving herself. Y'all, that was powerful. And I want you to understand what's powerful about that. The fact that you can admit that you've deprived yourself of something and that you're putting your own stuff on somebody else, that gives you like some control back because it's ownership. I appreciated Lisa for that. It's nice to see it when it's done. A lot of people don't do it well. It's nice to see it when it's done. Jenny discusses her marriage and her miscarriages and how it's difficult. I must hold this to the end. But she discusses her marriage and her miscarriages. I'm just going to put this here. What Jenny has gone through, I just cannot deal with it. I know I'm a man. I would never experience that feeling myself, which I don't want to. And kudos to women. But the fact that this woman carried 13 babies, some up until the second trimester, some to the third, and 4 to the final, but only came home with 3. That's a lot. That's a lot. That part almost made me cry too. That's gonna be for the end. So then we see Jen looking at jewelry to buy for the girl. She's, a lot of times, and she said, what did she say? She said it's easy making up with her friends because she just buy them things. This is how she, I guess, apologize and move on. That basically lets me know that Jen's love language is gifts. She likes for somebody to buy her gifts. Excuse me. You have to know your love language, folks. Excuse me. And what people have to understand, we actually communicate with folks, or we express love the way that we like to receive it. For instance, if you say, I like affection, you're probably a person who is, it's interesting when you say it depends on what type of affection do you want, because you could either be a physical touch type of person, or you could be a, what is it? What is it called? Like, it's like being in the same space. Darn it. Like attention. What is it called? Maybe physical touch. I put it like this. Physical touch is one where I think affection is involved in sex, right? Some people, and it's interesting, and I'm making this point because this is something I've heard. For some people, sex is physical touch. For some people, affection is physical touch. It's just a different form, and people don't know how to navigate within the form. So if my expression of love is through physical touch, but the only way I know how to express love through physical touch is with sex, then I'm always want to have sex with you. That's typically some men. And if you are the type of person who likes physical touch, but your level of physical touch is through affection of touch, you just want me to kind of hold you, cuddle you, lay next to you, kiss on you, stuff like that, but I'm trying to have sex with you all the time, then it's not going to feel the same. It feels different. So Jen is basically saying, if you love me, to show me love, buy me something. So if you like Jen, if you got somebody like Jen, buy them something. Alright. Heather is having the birds and the bees talk with her daughter who's 18. She's doing it too late. That little girl, that young woman, has been in sex education courses. That conversation has came, gone, went, and there's no need of even trying to do it again. It's done. It was already awkward doing that. And she was talking about trying to get her dorm so she can pick roommates, and Heather made a pun of yeah, threesome is a bit too much because then you have one person always feeling left out. Heather, if you're in a threesome and you feeling left out, don't have a threesome with them again. Maybe one of them, the one that you was attracted to. Okay. So Lisa and Whitney have dinner with their husbands. This threw me off, y'all. So Aubrey talks about Angie and Whitney goes off. Here we go. The night was going good. Aubrey comes up to the table and she's there, bringing stuff. So first thing first, we find out that this restaurant is owned by Lisa's friends who counseled on the catering event. Okay. So when Lisa tells Whitney this, Whitney's like, hold up, why would she bring me here? Okay, on one hand, real quick, I'm going to break this down slowly. On one hand, it don't matter why I brought you here, it's a restaurant. She probably brought you there because they probably get free food or something because the restaurant carries their liquor. Or they probably get free drinks because the restaurant carries their liquor, their tequila. And since they carry their tequila, then why not go to a restaurant where my liquor gonna be free? Or my food. That's on one hand. On the other hand, I can see why Whitney's like, are you bringing me here to be messy? What is it? So then let's break that on down a little bit more. Okay. Aubrey comes to the table, brings the food, and she's like, I cannot believe what Audrey's doing, trying to do blah, blah, blah. Now, Whitney decides to go off. Now, on one hand, I see why Whitney going off. Okay, wait a minute. You being messy for bringing me here and having this girl come talk to us. You being messy for being foolish and talking about it to me. Well, you know that, I'm real cool with this girl. This girl is like my cousin. I get it, right? Messy. I can see this manipulation. However, on Lisa's hand, I can see this too. I didn't tell her to talk about it. We have to think, people. There are cameras here. This was probably somebody who's trying to get on the show. So I bring it up to you in front of the cameras to get on the show. I mean, it's a possibility. It's a possibility that Lisa was being messy. But it's a possibility that Aubrey was just talking and bringing it up because she was trying to get some camera time, trying to get on the show. Maybe this will secure her like a friend at the show spot, which can make her move her way up. You get what I'm saying? It all depends on how you see it. So if Lisa fans are in the crowd, I see where you're coming from. If Whitney fans are in the crowd, I see where you're coming from. They do all this little banter, and then they just like, let's take a shot and move on. Take a shot and move on. Look, if we could take a shot and move on, then you shouldn't have opened your mouth talking all that crap. You should have took a shot and just shut up, let this woman talk, and been done with it. But whatever. So they take their shots. They move on. Dinner is over. And then what happens? Okay, then we go to Jen's house. Coach Shaw is training his son. Jen is working to repair the connection with her son, and they discuss her schedule, how her schedule has been like an issue. Jen is about to start doing some volunteer work at her son's school. She's doing this in order to repair their relationship because she recognizes that she herself fell off kind of emotionally with her children when her dad passed away, how she just was disconnected. And now that she has, come to this position where she's more aware and she's like putting herself in that space again, she's like, okay, wait, I gotta be more present for my kids. And she's overstepping where she don't have to. Volunteering at the school is fine. The little boy honestly don't want her to. I think his name Omar. He's like, I mean, if you want to. Obviously, he don't want you there. She's like, I want to meet your friends. I want to decorate your locker. I want to drop you off and pick you up. And the husband like, wait a minute. He's finna be driving now. He can take himself. I think her dad passed away. I think it had to have been like 2 or 3 years ago from like the point they're on the show. You missed a lot of that. It's time for you, when you pick up with your kid, pick up where they are and ask them how you can be better so y'all can move forward. That's where Jen messed up. I'm not saying she messed up, that's the mark that she missed. She should have asked her son, and maybe she did and we didn't see it, but she should have asked her son, how can I be of support to you? How can I show you that I'm going to be present again? What would you need from me? And sometimes kids can't articulate it, but then you help them, like, no, baby, talk through it. What do you need? Like, do you need me to do this more? You want me to do this more? To get some stuff going. That's how you do that. So, Jen, watch my video. Listen to me. Take heed. Alright. So, Mary meets with Meredith. She discusses that, basically admitting that she don't want her husband. That, again, powerful scene. They discuss space. And she talked about how her husband, and Mary says she and her husband don't sleep in the same room. And she said at first when he was like, this is your room, she was kind of felt weird about it. But she said now she just does not know what she would do if she did not have her own room. Let me tell y'all something about space. Space is important in relationships. It truly is. And when I say space, I'm not saying you gotta be gone all day, all night, but I can tell you this, if I ever have a home, not if, when I get my home and I have a spouse, I will have my space and he will have his space. You need separation. Separation helps you miss a person. You need space. You don't have to be up under somebody all the time. That's crazy. To be up under someone all the time. Being up under a person like that is not healthy. It puts you in the worst predicament and in the worst situation. You need space. You need to be able to back up and say, wait a minute. Let me focus on me. Because you are important. So remember that people need space. Last but not least, Gina and her husband chat. Y'all, I'm going to tell you something. I ain't going to even harp on it. But I'm going to tell you this. Could not be my husband. I'm sitting here crying to you, telling you about how I feel about these miscarriages. How I'm not trying to start over and chase after children. They're in their 40s. I think her husband may be in their 40s. She don't know if the baby gonna be healthy. You've heard her say to you she don't even feel like she's a woman in a sense. She didn't say it that way, but she was basically saying she feels insecure as a woman that she had all these miscarriages. And you want her to lay down and get pregnant again? I guess get her tubes untied to get pregnant again? No, that's so... I understand it's a cultural thing. Let me not go against the culture. But it's a problematic thing when you're not listening to your wife. And then instead of you tabling the conversation or waiting or just respecting where she's at and understanding, just letting it go, you bring up a surrogate. She brings up who want to chase around kids at our age. Then you say, well, adoption is out. She's like, okay, yeah. And you literally tell this woman, well, how about sister wife? His grandfather had 4 wives. Her dad had multiple girlfriends. They all had big families. You want a sister wife so you can literally screw and make more children because you think your kids, and this is what he said, to basically fix the world because the world needs better people. Who says your children are better people? Not saying they're bad, but who's to say that you don't lay down and have 10 more children and that all of them gonna be good people? You are literally taking a gamble. Shut up and enjoy the 3 that you have. You have 3 children and a beautiful wife. We have 2 marriages on the show right now that are in turmoil. I am praying for them both. We will see where they go. But that is my review. I hope you all enjoy it. Please like, comment, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell, and let other people know to watch my video. Appreciate you, and good night.